Guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I want to talk about something that quite a lot of people ask: when is the right time to sell your Bitcoin or your cryptocurrency? And in this video I'm not going to give you a direct answer in terms of what amount, let's say when Bitcoin reaches XYZ amount, that's when you should sell. No, that's not what I'm going to tell you to do, because obviously that's impossible to do. But I'm going to try and give you the idea and strategy that I think is important to have, so hopefully you can, do the best investment and decisions as possible. Again, this is not advice, this is just like my opinion, my thoughts, and the way I see it. So when I say strategy, this is something very important that I've learned from my own mistakes in the time of buying cryptocurrency. Is I never had a strategy at especially the earlier stages. I just bought, and as soon as I made a nice little profit, I just decided to sell, because I said, hey, look, I made money, I made a profit, now it's time to sell it, right? And after, I would say, a while of doing that kind of moves, I realized that it's so important to have an actual strategy in place, because so many times I would say that I sold cryptocurrencies and right now they're probably trading at 10 times the price at the time when I sold it. Now, do I regret that? No. Of course, I wish I would have still held on to it, but I don't regret that, because after all, yes, I didn't lose money, that's the main thing, but it taught me a lot as well. It taught me to have a strategy and understand the strategy you want to do. And of course, probably the most hardest thing to do is sticking to your strategy. I know a lot of times people, they can have a strategy in place, but sometimes it can be very hard when you see you are in very nice green profits. You just tell yourself, or you ask yourself, should I just sell now because I've made so much profit? But then it goes against your strategy. So this is very important, sticking with the strategy, because most times if you have a good strategy in place, it will only benefit you. So then guys, when do you sell your crypto? When do you sell your Bitcoin? Now, this answer can depend on so many different things. It can depend also when you bought. When did you start buying Bitcoin? What's your plan? Did you buy it as a long-term investment, a shorter, like mid-term investment? A long-term can mean years, or it can mean 2 years, it can mean 10 years, or a mid-term can mean 6 months, 1 year. So everyone has a different plan in mind. Or some people, which I would never recommend anyone to do, is buy Bitcoin and they just hope to make quick money in a few days and sell it. Now, that is more or less a gamble in my opinion, because there's a risky move. If you need funds that you're going to have to need it for something that you need, right? You should not be putting in this money as an investment, because everything comes with a risk. And if you're going to need these funds, just going to pull up here. So if you're going to need these funds available very soon, you should not be investing it, honestly guys, because what happens if the price goes down and now you're stuck, you don't have the funds that you need? So remember guys, that's something that I would never recommend anybody to do. Never invest money that you would need in the short term, or even that you're relying on in the first place. So always invest money that you can afford to put away for a long time, and it should not be really there like stressing your mind that you need that money. That's number one. But coming back to the strategy, I personally believe a strategy is important, and one of the best strategies that I figured out over time is, let's say you're in nice profits and you have your strategy that you kind of want to sell when we reach a certain target or a certain plan in your head. I've learned that the best thing you can do is never sell all your crypto at once. So even if you're in a nice profit, never sell it in once, unless you're very certain that there's something bad coming, or if you're really into technical analysis. And even that, guys, that is not guaranteed anything. That is just more indications rather than telling you what's going to happen. That technical analysis gives you understanding of possibilities, what may happen if that happens, but it's not there to tell you the price is going to be XYZ by this and this time. It's impossible. No one can predict the price, but no one can predict the future, and that's the way it is. Obviously, once the breakout or things happen, then people can know, okay, this is the situation now, but no one can predict XYZ. So again, it all depends on many different scenarios or situations that you are in. For example, did you buy it for the long term, for years to come? You know, there are some people out there that put a smaller amount of money that they can afford to forget and lose, and they tell themselves, this is for 10 years, I'm not touching it, I don't care about the day-to-day Bitcoin price, and end of story. Their hope is Bitcoin goes to a few 100,000 in the future. Like, that's their, I would say, risk they take. And then there are people out there that invest a larger amount of money that obviously means a lot to them, so they kind of want to cash out or sell a lot when there are nice profits. So there's all different types of situations, and this is why I'm telling you guys, I can't tell you guys when to sell your Bitcoin or when to sell your crypto. But one thing I will say is that when you are in nice profits, it's always important never to be too greedy. What I mean by this is, I'm not telling you Bitcoin is not going to reach much higher numbers. I always said this from day one. Right now, Bitcoin is, I don't know, around the 40,000 US dollar number. And I definitely believe it will be much higher than that in the future. However, it's not going to be going up in straight line. Through my times, I would say, is whenever you're in nice profits. Now again, because some people bought Bitcoin early in when it was $5,000, $6,000. Some people bought it when it was $30,000. So it all comes down a lot to that too, in my opinion. So what I'm trying to say is, if I feel like I'm in nice profits with any certain crypto or Bitcoin or other altcoin I have, I decide to sell a small portion, not everything, a small portion, because as I said, the biggest mistake I've done at the beginning is selling my whole positions at once because I felt good in profit, but then I realized how much I actually lost out in the longer run. So then what's the point of selling smaller positions when you're in big profit? Because I know for certain that nothing goes up in a straight line, and when it does, that means a big correction or big dump is going to happen, because it's impossible for everyone to be in profit for too long. So that means the money that I take out or the money that I sell when I'm in a nice profit, I actually don't use it. I actually put it away in the side so I can buy back when the price goes lower. However, this is very important. A lot of people try and time the market and say, I'm a nice profit now, let me sell my whole position, and then when the price dumps, I will buy back. Many times that will not work out, guys. You cannot time the markets, and so many people end up losing money that way because they actually think that that's going to happen, and it doesn't happen, and the price keeps going up, and so many of these people end up buying back at higher prices, so they actually end up losing money. So guys, this is very important. This is why I'm always telling you guys, never sell your whole crypto or your whole Bitcoins or whatever it is. Always sell in small positions and never in once, and never at one time. And these are one of the key things I've learned from my experience. Again, this is not me here telling you what to do. You always have to do your own research and do what works for you. This is why I said at the beginning, you need to have a strategy. Figure out a strategy that works for your plan. And as I said, one of the hardest things are to stick with it, but stick with it, because most times if you have a good strategy, it pays off, guys. Anyways, guys, please help me by giving this video a like. We want to reach 50 likes on this video. Of course, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. And if anyone who wants to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum through one of the best exchanges around, and not only that, you're going to support this channel, plus you do get a bonus as well for signing up through my referral link. Check out the link in the description. It's called Swissberg. It's one of the best exchanges around, the best in fees when you buy, when you sell. So check them out and you'll get some free Bitcoin as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye now.